What's up, my Guitkit people? I hope you're feeling well today. If you can, share a smile with somebody you care about. You know what I mean? Share it and pass it on. You know what I mean? That's just contagious like the corona, man. If we all start smiling again, all our hearts will start glowing. Just like E.T., man. Anyway, man, let's talk about another Stratocaster, because it seems that I'm a one-trick pony, man. You know I have a hole in my heart for making all kinds of parts casting and shit, man. Now, I recently did that 70s Strat, man. The 78 one, the Whitey. Love that guitar, man. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it, man. And when I was redoing that black body, man, I noticed that, and I think I commented on it, it had been painted like chrome silver, man, at one point. And I kept doing that guitar and finishing off and thinking about it like chrome silver, man. You know? Stratocaster, chrome silver. And I was thinking about it more and more and more, man. And like 2 days ago, I was thinking to myself, man, I really enjoyed doing that white Stratocaster, man. You know what I mean? It made my heart glow like fucking E.T., man. Man, I was some Reese's Pieces, man. I was fucking chilling in my fucking lifestyle on that, man. So, anyway, man, I started crawling through my crawl space looking for a Stratocaster that had a full-size body, some kind of Squier action that I could fucking, you know what I mean? De-Squierize, man. Deflower that shit, man. I found this fucking thing, man. Yeah, weird fucking sparkly, man. And the sparkle pickguard was just a fucking icing on the fucking cake, man. It's got like a sparkle fucking pearloid, like fucking trim plate too, man. It's Chinese Strat. I don't even know, man, exactly too much about what line this is. It's one of those Squier Strat, you know what I mean, ones. I'll put it on the slab. I'll show it to you. But what I want to do with it, man, it looks like, first of all, that this was a guitar that like maybe a girl bought or something like that, you know what I mean, and had in their closet, or maybe it was just a dude bought it, had it in his closet, man, and didn't really play guitar, you know what I'm saying? Had a friend that did play guitar, you know what I mean, who needed new pickups on the guitar, and needed a new jack in their guitar, maybe even a whole wiring harness or something like that, because these are old pickups, but the rest of the guitar has no wear on it. There's no fret wear, there's nothing, man. There's a couple little dents, you know what I mean? This is storage dents, you know what I mean? Like getting banged around under a bed, you know what I mean? Getting, you know, whacked around in a closet by a rake or something like that. Other than that, man, I mean, there's no play wear on the guitar, but it's missing the jack, man. And these are obviously old pickups that are not, you know what I mean? They're not even in the guitar, you know what I mean? Look at this, man. And I'll show you on this lab, man. You know what I mean? They're like not, look how dirty they are. You know, old and fucked up. You know, but we'll take a better look at that, man. I want to make it fucking chrome silver, man. With a chrome silver headstock, man. A special fucking fantasy guitar, man. Just because I saw that shit, you know what I mean? I saw it in my mind when I was fucking doing Whitey, man. I was like, why don't I fucking have a silver guitar? I don't have this. I got Goldie over here, man. I got Goldie. Goldie's fucking gold as hell, man. I don't got a silver guitar, man. Wouldn't that be? I got a million fucking guitars just sitting in the fucking back there. You know what I mean? Just fuck sitting in the heat, man. I got nothing else to do, and neither do you, so let's flip it around, man. Anyway, folks, just to speed things along, I went ahead and took the screws out. You know what I'm saying? Took the old jack plate out, you know, just to see. Look, there happens to be a jack there. The old Jackenheimer, just like unsoldered. And then I, you know what I mean, took a look under the old pick gird. Hey, Gerd! I'm doing alright. How you doing? I'm alright. See inside your belly. And it looks like it's just the screws, the springs that were ripped off. You know what I mean? Looks like everything else was original, man. I bet you those pickups might even work, man. I bet you they work, man. Let's solder this jack up, man. And just give it an old test listen. Test listen whistle. Let's see what kind of damage we're doing before we take her apart. How damaged are you, Bess? So I just kind of like wrap the wire around the, you know what I mean? Loosely wrap them around the thing, man. Plug the thing in. It works like a charm, man. All the pickups work. In all the positions. You know what I mean? It's so good that I had the strings on, because, you know what I mean? You see the different Stratocaster twangs and things, you know what I mean, and the tone knob stuff. You can like, yeah, that shit works, man. Sounds good. Strings are good too. I got a set of strings with it, man. I'm so lucky. Let's take her apart, Hoss. Let's quarter her. I'll see when she's disassembled. No, disassemble. Alright, so we got it completely gutted. You know what I'm saying here? Another fine black-bodied Strat that we could have put away for Eddie, man. Victim of Strat month, folks. We got all the pieces, you know what I mean? This own little box. You know, some of them we're going to use, some of them we won't. Whatever, man. Let's keep them together for now. So let's start working on the body. That's usually, you know what I mean, thing that's going to want to, you know, it's dirty, man. Give it a little, you know what I mean? Very mild soap and water. It's a real thick plastic shell. You know what I mean? Don't get it too wet. You know what I mean? Just clean it off. It's dirty. Lots of sneezes. You know what I mean? This Corona 14, Corona 13, Corona 8 maybe. You know what I'm saying? Corona 12 possibly. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of, you know what I mean, pathogens on this fucker. So let's clean it off, man. We're going to get ready to Bondo this guy. This is the only, you know what I'm saying? We'll Bondo this little section. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you outside in our Bondoing moments. You know what I'm saying? It's always nice to go outside, man. Always nice to go outside. I'll see you there. We're outdoors. Got it all cleaned off real nice. It's nice, man. It's the only place we got a Bondo. You know what I mean? Right here. That's it. You know what I mean? I scraped off some other nick here, but we'll get that with some primer, man. You know what I mean? Other than that, she's a beautiful body, man. Would have been a good body for Eddie Wilson, man. So we're out here, man. We get the, you know what I mean, phony Bondo. Popsicle sticks, paper, mix it up on some paper towels. Pretty wintry day to do it. Birds are singing, and the sun's kind of shining out behind the clouds. Let's get this guy turned, man. I'll come back right when we're Bondoed up. It's just that little piece, man. Just that little piece, man. See you in a minute. It is, folks. Just a little dab will do you. You know what I mean? Just a little dab will do you. We hardly even hurt one popsicle stick in the filming of this video, man. Let's let this dry. I'll see you on the flip side. So we're back on the inside. We got her all shaved off, man. A little bit of steel wool. A little bit of sand, a little block nut, a little bit of hands. We got all the weirdness away from it. We got it totally smooth, man. The Bondo's at like Ray Charles. You got the right one, baby. Can't feel it, man. Can't feel it. So we got it on the paint stick, man. It's time to get painting, man. Time to get painting, man. We're on the inside. Now we gotta go back out. I thought I was out. Now you drag me back in. I'll see you when we're out. On the outdoors, people. It's time to do it. Painting, man. Who do we have with us? It's our friend Filer Premer, man. Shake him up. Shake him up. Shake him up. Hey, man, you gotta last us to the end of Strat month, man. Don't fail us now. Filer Premer. Just the places we need him. Right here. And like right there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all we need you for. You ready? Shake it up. Shake it up. See you in a second. Put it lightly, man. Just misted it there. It's kind of misty. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to use up all our Filer Premer, man. But we need to prime this guy, man. So we got his cousin, man. Just regular preem, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a Rust-Oleum preem. He's just regular, man. He's professional. Supposedly, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Maybe he's not, man. Check it out, man. Got a whole can of it, though. That's the good thing. And I got a big Strat body to coat, man. So, I'm not going to really take nothing to it, man. No steel wool, nothing. I don't know. Wet sanded anything. We're just going to use that little fuzz that's on there from the Filer primer. You know what I mean? Just to fill it, you know what I'm saying? Like it should. You know what I mean? A little base coat, man. So I'm going to coat it up, man. With our friend Premer, man. And I'll see you on the flip of that. Before we do, man, we got to take the guy, man. Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up. Professional, man. He's a professional. Like my cousin, Timothy Williams. Oh, yeah. That's a nice. What a nice priming job. What a nice priming job from my friend Jerry. My friend Jerry, he bodyguard for Frank. So look, man, let's let it sit down here in the basement for a couple days. You know what I mean? Maybe 2 days. Let's let that primer harden. You know what I'm saying? It's a real thick coat. You know what I mean? We don't want no mud cracking. You know what I mean? When we put that, you know what I mean, millions of glops of gloops on there. So we're going to let this set for a couple days. Give it a nice wet sanding up to 1500. And I'll see you back outside, people, on the next nice day. Peace be with you. Look after yourself. So we're outside. Nice overcast day. Dry day, though. And we are going to spray paint this thing. And what we're going to use is this, man. I got like a half a can of this. I gotta leave a little tiny bit for the headstock, man. Shake it up, man. Just a second. So let's do the back first. You know what I'm saying? This is a quick guy. Back, and then we flip it around, we do the front, and we just let it dry for a second. We just leave it out here. I'm gonna tell you why. Beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful. So, what I was gonna say before is this duplicate color right here, right? It cannot, you know what I mean, be wet sanded. We go right through it. You know what I'm saying? Like an arrow right through me. Like an arrow right through me. So I'm just gonna follow the brand, man. Duplicate color. I'm gonna put a clear coat right on top of this guy. Same way we just did the metallic. Duplicate color, man. Peace be with me. Look after myself. That's what we call the Inca Silver Pop, man. When it goes from being like straight up, you know what I mean, reflective, to being metallic. The overcoat, man. Things happens, man. Anyway, so we're just gonna keep alternating this thing, flipping it up and down, up and around, until we pretty much finish that can. Leave 10% in the can. I always try to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll do that to the end of the day, and then we'll say, peace be with you. Look after yourself. Peace be with you. Take it easy. Here it looks, people. It's actually got a real nice shine. You know what I mean? With just that, you know what I mean? With just painting without any finishing. So we're going to let it set down here in the basement. I don't know, about 5-6 days, something like that. That's what you got to do with this lacquer, man. Let it sit, man. Let it sit. Let's be peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Let's work on that neck. You know what I'm saying? Let's get working on it. Alright. What do you want me to do with the neck, Hoss? So here we are, man. Here's the neck, man. Sitting pretty, waiting for a sunny day, man. It's never gonna come. Not as a Squier, anyhow. Goodbye, Squier. I saw some like video about a guy saying, like, you know what I mean, don't destroy the Squier, man. You know what I mean? You parts casters, don't do it, bro. You know what I mean? It's a mistake. Peace be with you, Squier Strat. So this wood's actually beautiful on this neck, man. And the serial number is like a sticker. It looks like a sticker. Todd was a nurse and he put stickers on my feet. I don't know why that bastard did that. Anyway, man. So let's get this off. Let's try to use fingernail polish remover, like extra strength. 100% acetonto. Acetonto! Ridiculo! And then we're going to put a little bit of steel wool on it if we can't do it with just, you know what I mean, fingernail polish. We don't want to damage this wood by sanding it. Because we don't have to worry about getting rid of the shadow. I got a special little trick in store for y'all. Let's get it gone, man. Let's get rid of that Squier, man. Just taking off with a little bit of fingernail polish remover, some steel wool, you know what I mean, to get it started and to get it finished, man. The rest of the stuff came off, you know what I mean, flawlessly. You know what I mean? See how it leaves that shadow? Now, if we were doing like a regular, you know what I mean, dumb up job, you know what I mean? We'd have to sand through this whole layer of, you know what I mean, UV, you know what I mean, natural sort of darkening of the wood until it was like all, then we'd have to stain it, you know. This case, we're just gonna get rid of that whole scene, man. We're just gonna send it away, man. We're gonna use our friend Filer Primer. Old Filer Primer. Shake it up. Shake it up, Filer Primer. See you outside, Filer Primer. Filer Primer. Peace be with you. Look after yourself. We're outside, man. Got it taped off. This is the way you're gonna want to tape it off. Only thing we want to hit up is the front of the headstock. Everything else masked. You know what I'm saying? Alright, Filer Primer. You ready, my friend? You ready? You ready? Shake it up. Shake it up. I'll see you on the other side of the Filer Primer load. Man, beautiful, beautiful prime surface, man. It's perfect. Perfect in every way, shape, and form. So we're back outside here. We got it sanded lightly. Sand it off lightly. Got that last full measure of chrome. You know what I mean? Put a little tiny bit of that remainder we saved for this guy. Coat it up good. See when that's done. Purr the sheeny shine. Look at So what are we gonna do now, people? A clear coat perhaps? Water slide decal? What are we gonna do? Neither yet, folks. What I want to do is I want to fish this little tape and stuff out, man. Why? Yeah, it's over right now. It's so soon. I got some real rosewood inserts, man. Black market rosewood inserts. I'm going to put one in there. We cut it off. Put it in there, let it bottom out. Draw a little note here. Then measure it off at the top. Put it in this little vise. Cut it with a Dremel. Stick it in there, a little glue. Then we go on to one clear coat. And then we put the water slide on. So I'll see you once this guy's cut. Luckily, I got 3 extras in case I fuck it up. Peace. Cut, man. Got it cut. Use the scroll saw instead, man. Fuck with that Dremel, you know what I mean? So we want to just put it in there quickly. Quickly and carefully. You know what I mean? Got a little bit of Tite Bond. Put this guy in the freezer for a couple minutes. Shrink him down. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put a little bit of glue on there loosely. We don't want to get all glue in the truss rod. And just glue it in there. Quickly. Quickly, carefully. You know what I'm saying? I'm nervous, people. I'm nervous. I'm sweating. My palms are sweating. My heart rate is going up. Fuck. In there. No fussing and fighting. You know what I mean? Coin grade would be about good, man. That's coin grade, folks. So we're going to let it dry. You know what I mean? Completely dry. And then I'm going to show you something else that you might like. People, so it's time to do the clear coats. I was just looking at that shine. I got a little piece of tape in there to keep the old truss rod protected. And I was thinking about the Inca Silver Pop, man. I was like, you know what, I wonder if any way I could preserve that shine. I gotta do a lot of clear coats over this with the decals and shit. So I'm gonna try to do with some enamel, man. The reason that it gets a pop, man, is because this is an enamel, right? So it says it right on the thing, man. And this is kind of like a lacquer, and you know what I mean? Like instant shock is what makes that metallic look to pop, which was great for the body. But you know what I mean? I want to try to save a little bit of this. And I don't really like this paint. I've had, you know what I mean, troubles with this actual paint before, man. I want to bring it outside, man. I'm going to give it a coat. I'll show you when it's done, man. Let's pray for all of us. Pray for peace. Alright, so it's dried now. It's hard, man. Nice and kind of, I already went over it with 3000 just to knock down any weirdos, man. Knock down the weirdos, man. Knock them down, man. So it's time to do the water slide, man. Now I got a bunch of junk, you know what I mean, water slides in the file, man. These one I had, they were just terrible, you know what I mean. The font work wasn't very good, but the metallics were fucking gorgeous, gorgeous. And these, the font work was absolutely perfect, 1000% perfect. They were not metallic, you know what I mean. They kind of look metallic. If I put that on there, the only one that would notice it would be Bobby G, man. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying, man? I want it metallic. You know what I mean? Kind of offset the, you know what I mean? And I want, you know what I mean, the correct font, man. Just the classic stuff, man. Classic kind of stuff, man. So I'm going to lay these out real quick while this is still kind of wet. Just put them in there. Put them in the pavement, man. Grab them and stay there, man. See when they're all in there, man. And then we'll just, you know, let that set for a little while, man. Look at that. Shining metallics, man. So we let it set overnight. Now we're going to want to bring it outside very, very carefully. Give it some light coats. Light coats of the enamel. Enamel can get kind of hot. You know what I'm saying? Very light coats. We don't want to mess up those decals. I'll see you when that's all coated up, man. Light coats all day, people. Light coats all day. Alright, so this thing is pretty much done, man. I just couldn't sync these labels. I don't know if it was that background. They just kept coming up. Unfortunately, the patent numbers got sanded right off there, man. I didn't even notice, man. I was like, oh shit. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? If you, from here, you know what I mean? From like a foot away, you can't see it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm shining like a flash on it. So this is still hot. I'm gonna let it cool off for about a week. You know what I mean? I got it sanded, you know what I mean? Pretty good. Pretty smooth, man. So we'll just let that set. You know what I mean? I got a million coats of paint on there. So this guy, he's been setting for about a week, right? Ooh, it doesn't even smell like lacquer down here no more. So that means he's done, man. That means he's ready. Right, so I got it off the stick, man. See all that orange peel, man. So I'm going to take this guy into the sanding chair and I'm going to use all my resources, all my strength, you know, and all kinds of grits of sandpaper on the block, off the block, steel wool, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get this guy unshined, man. Totally matte. That's what we want to do, man. That's our destination. Follow the pick guard. Don't worry about what's under the pick guard, man. Don't worry about that. All Squier by Strat, man. I'll see you when we're all dull, man. When we're all mundane. Pretty much dulled up. Dulled up. Front and center. Front and back center, man. Got that. You know what I mean? Most of it anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? Imperfection is perfect to me. So, I got some Rubin compound, some polishing compound. I'm going to rub it first. Very lightly. You don't want to use too much rubbing, especially in fresh paint. Go right through. Just to get, you know what I mean, a little bit started. Then we pretty much hit up with the polishing compound. I'll see you after we're polished. Nice shine with just the polishing. Just up to the polishing, man. So this guy's been, you know what I mean, pretty much set to dry for almost 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I think it's time to put a little bit of cleaner wax. Get all that polishing compound out of there. Give it a nice little protective coat. You know what I mean? And then we'll just start loading up the body while that headstock dries out, man. So I'll see you when we're all real shiny and sheeny. This got so much wax on it, man. It smells straight up like a urinal at the fucking mall movie theater, bro. That's what cleaner wax smells like, man. I can't describe it any better than that. It's gorgeous, though. It's gorgeous. Much more beautiful than a urinal. So, let's give a little bit of love to those electronicals. Alright, so let's spruce up these electronicals, man. You know what I'm saying? What needs to be done? Well, first of all, I want to just take some electronic cleaner and just spray out all this shit, man. Spray out these pots. You know what I'm saying? Just get it all clean for the people, man. Then we're going to get into the cosmetic shit. We're going to take these pickups out. You know what I mean? They have no springs in it. I found a bunch of springs in the Joe. And I'm just going to scrub the shit out of these. Yeah, they're all fucking dirty, man. I made an incorrect assessment at first about them. You know what I mean? They're just dirty, man. I don't know. It's the only thing that's dirty on the whole fucking guitar, man. I don't know. The original pickups, they all work fine. So, we're going to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add, like, correct screws to this. Because we're doing a retro thing. Sort of like, you know what I mean? Mid-60s kind of, you know, vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I got some 6 1-inch oval head sheet metal screws, you know what I mean, with a nice course, you know what I mean. And we're gonna just put a little countersink, you know what I mean, on these holes here. You know what I mean, a 6 countersink, because these are number 6, right? Stay with the number, people. These are already countersank. These are like a 4-head, sort of like a, you know what I mean, metric. Of course, I don't know what the equivalent is. But see how, like, you know what I mean? It should be like a 6-head, man. A 6-head is bigger, man. So I have, you know what I'm saying, a number 6. You know what I'm saying? 630 deuce, I believe it is. I'm just gonna have to, you know, tap these out. You know what I'm saying? That's already countersank. So let's put, you know, we want all, you know, 6 heads, standard 6 heads screws on this bad boy. Look at the world, clean this out, man. We want it extremely nice for the people for Stratocaster month, asshole. Big screws. See those nice big screws? See them? See the way they should look? See the way it should be? This thing's got all kinds of love now, man. We're ready to go. So let's get this guy reassembled, man. You know, load it up. We got the same holes. You know, put it in the same holes. Let's put this guy in. Let's solder it up. Be very, very careful. This is very... These things are very sharp, and they'll cut right through this little paint like nothing. Carefully, carefully, carefully. So you don't want it. Perfect, man. It's all soldered, man. Got the ground soldered to the claw. Took it over to the amp. Did the tap test again. It taps out like a charm, man. It's working. So let's mitigate this fucking thing, man. It's all rusted and dusted. And that's these ugly old saddles on it. Got a bunch of Fender bend saddles. Vintage style, kind of more like what we're shooting for with this, more of the vibe, right? So let's pull these off one by one and replace them with these. That way we kind of know, you know what I mean? We kind of know the action, you know, we kind of know the intonation, because it sounded like it was pretty good before, man. Peace be with you all. That's right, man. That's right, another Fender part, people. Another Fender port put onto my Fender and my Fender Trickout. So let's screw this guy back in. Put springs on. And put this guy aside until that neck is ready. I'll see you on the other side. This guy's been set in about 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Right after we were done, you know, wet sanding, and I pulled the tape and everything off the back here, and I blew a hairdryer. You don't want water to set in those little holes. So this is dry. You know, this is going to be. It's got a nice, at least a week and, you know what I mean, week and 5 days since the last coat of paint on this fucking bad boy. So let's take all this paper off and assess it. You know what I'm saying? A good assessment. Says it. Says it. Perfect. Looks like I can go right on the guitar right now. It went completely according to Hoyle. Gorgeous. So what I want to do right now, I'm going to take a little piece of steel wool, go around the very edges of this bad boy, and then just run right on the edges a little tiny bead of true oil to just harden that up, seal the deal. I'll show you what I'm done. So it pretty much, the true oil heats up all the finishes and just sort of brings it all into where it needs to be. So that's cool, man. Let's talk about tuners, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to put some real Fender tuners on this. This is a Fender guitar. I'm just tricking out my Fender. You know, Squier's a Fender, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tricking it out a little bit. So I got a real Fender part I want to put on here. You know, in keeping with the vintage vibe, man. Got a set of Fender inlines, a real Fender. What country is this made in? Let's see here. Oh, made in Japan. Look at that, man. It's better than American made, man. So, this had a different system. This had the phony shallers on it. You know what I'm saying? Which I already sold on eBay for a whopping $12. These holes are going to be hidden behind these walls pretty much. But I kind of want to plug them. You know what I mean? I don't have to plug them good. I'm just going to put some plastic wood in there. Let it set for a couple of hours a day. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll come back out here and say howdy. So let's do that now, folks. See that? Matches perfectly. Barely even see the plugs. So, now that that's dry, that stock's dry, let's do a fret job on this guy real quick before we put the tuners on. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it all nice for the people. This looks real dry. Real fucking dry. The dinosaur skin, man. Let's do it up, people. I'll see you when the frets are all greased. Fret job done. We greased it up. I had to put like a lot of mineral oil. Kept seeping it up. Well, like 4-5 rounds of mineral oil with a piece of steel wool, man. Oh, it was just eating it up, man. Probably would have eaten another one up because see, it's starting to get a little dry. I mean, I literally just stopped putting it on. My fingers are still all greasy. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to put too much of this mineral oil on, or the guitar will be like that greasy head couch from Coming to America, man. You know what I mean? You'll never get that. You know what I mean? The grease will be coming out all the time, man. Especially when you have company over. You don't want a greasy guitar. So let this guy set for, I don't know, an hour, something like that. An hour, 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you when it's all sopped up. It's up to my expectations. Very little grease left. That hungry rosewood. So let's wipe off this shit. Had a real Fender part, as I said, man. Japanese part, man. So we're gonna have to put tape around these bushings because obviously these holes are too big. Just tape them up once they're in there and they look nice, and then we put these guys on the back, man. We don't want to put a piece of, you know what I mean, masking tape here. Line them all up before we screw them in, and we'll have a nice time. I'll show you when it's all loaded, man. Yeah, that's what I mean by putting a piece of tape down. It's like a line, man. Now these, the Strat by Squiers, are the best ones to trick out with these type of vintage ones. Because there's a lot of space, and there's perfect space. You know what I'm saying? They line up perfectly. You know what I'm saying? If you get the Affinity or the Starcasters, the holes start over here, and they're spaced out like real far, and it looks kind of like garbagey. So I'm going to pull this tape off, and I'll be right back at you. See that? You see that? That's perfection. Perfection, folks. Perfection is perfect. So I got a regular old plate here. Let's just use that. Let's fucking put this guy together, man. It's time. It's time. Join together. Join together. It's great, man. Looks great, man. So I got some Fender-esque strap buttons, much better than those Squier-esque ones. Let's put them on, man. I usually do like a running pause on these ends, but you know, you get the idea. I'm going to put this guy back on. Put the string trees right on. You know what I mean? I'm not going to waste your time. I'll see you in the glam shots. The Strat month stuff just makes me crazy. Wants me, I have to say, I look after myself. Hi-ho silver away, man. The Space Odyssey. I think this one came out great. This is one of those builds, man, that you kind of like, during the build, you're like, you know what, this isn't really coming out as good as I thought. You know what I'm saying? But then when you have it in front of you, you're like, wow, this guy came out great. You know what I mean? It's just got, you know what I mean, the right amount of oomph and the cool amount of correctness. You know what I'm saying? Those Fender tuners, man, old-fashioned. You know what I'm saying? Old-fashioned hamburgers, man. You know what I'm saying, people? Old-fashioned hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? Great guitar, people. A great one. So, here we are, man. We're still in Strat month, man. Gotta weigh it in, man. Gotta see how much it weighs. And after that, we gotta see how much it sounds, man. So, until then, we always say, look after yourself. Peace be with you. Look after yourself. Have a good time. Peace be with you. Weighing in at just a hair under 7 3/4 pounds. 100% the Strat by Squier. Just a little bit of paint, folks. Let's see how it fares up. The great silver oddity reaches the great, great, great master, Ricky D. Please take it away. sounds so beautiful, though, clean, man. Anyway, folks, Strat Month. Thanks for tuning in. Look at yourself. God bless you. Peace be with you.